We enjoy your suffering, feasting on your flesh while you shall draw breath.
When was the last time you were afraid? Really afraid?
All right, everybody, welcome to the Heavy Leather Horror Show, your weekly guide to all things horror from the heart of Witch City, Salem, Massachusetts.
We're so lucky to be young and in love and in Salem.
We sure are, Stace. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. I would like to remind you that we are Salem's #1 horror podcast.
Yeah.
So expect quality because you're going to get it. I'm your old pal Ken, a.k.a. rock and roll writer, sleaze grinder, and there she is, everybody. It's Salem's greatest hauntress. It's Kelly Kapow.
Hello. Oh. Let's fucking party.
Went by
Shit,
Kelly's.
yeah.
Went by Kelly's yesterday. See how spooky it's getting over there.
Did she know
See
you
all
were
my
there?
Pumpkins?
Yeah, she knew I was there. I didn't
I
sneak in.
invited him in like a vampire, and now he's never gonna leave.
Right. She does have a giant pumpkin. I can tell you that much.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yep.
Like a real one?
I
Not yet.
also I was at Home Depot today to get my grommets, and while I was there, they have they always have the Halloween shit that you can put in your front yard. You know,
Oh, I love that stuff.
they have a skeleton in there that's 12 feet tall.
Holy shit, man!
Yeah.
Are you gonna get that?
No. Well,
I think we should pool our money. We should
am I-
pool our money.
We
Where are you
should.
going to put that?
what am I gonna do with a 12-foot skeleton?
Scare your neighbors.
Leave it up year round. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You pay for it, you're
That's-
leaving it up there.
It's if you want one, it's $300, which is not that bad really for a 12-foot skeleton. I also don't know like how it is. I mean, I guess it comes in pieces and then you put it together. It seems like a lot of work, but yeah, you know.
But you like puzzles and stuff. That'd be fun.
There he is, everybody. It's Rui, the 16-year-old intern.
I was a teenage werewolf. Fantastic. Bewildering.
Who just made himself a nice cup of tea.
I did. I haven't left my room for days on end. You know.
Yeah.
You have a bucket in the corner over there.
Yep.
I'm gonna voluntarily turn this into the cask of Amontillado.
Right.
Just
Wall yourself up.
yeah, pretty much. Once I get my mini fridge, I'm set pretty much.
Also producing the show tonight, it's horror show director Stacey Dawn.
No one messes with Stacy and lives.
Hi, Stacey. How are you?
Okay.
Also with us tonight, Survivor. Lursa! Leader of the Lursa Survivors! Yes. Yes! Hey, buddy.
I love that song.
Of course you do, because
That's
it's
a fucking intro.
Survivor. That's what you are.
Yeah, it's better than just the clapping, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, much
You
better.
guess, yeah.
Hey, I guess Kelly started watching Lursa's Survivor episodes today. How'd that go?
It was last night, and I watched the first 21 minutes of it,
Wow.
and I was like, "Oh my god!"
There she is.
No, I was like yelling at the screen
Yeah.
Why were you yelling at it?
because I was like, when they were like, "Oh, the weakest," and I was like, "What?" I was surprised. I just don't know anything about Survivor.
What happened? What did they make Lursa do while you were watching?
They made her and like some other guy do some crazy ass obstacle course.
Okay.
Against like, wait, was it the 2 strongest people from the other team?
Yeah.
But you got to pick what you wanted them to do.
Yes. They picked the weakest people from my team and they chose the strongest people from their team. But the trick was that we decided which course they were gonna do and which one we were gonna make, because it was like side to side courses. It was like different things. So we assigned to them what they were gonna do. Yeah.
It was cool.
Lost.
It was fun to watch.
So did she do good? Did she win the whatever?
She did great.
Oh, she did?
She like beat the thing. Yeah. She fucking like climbed through some crazy ass fucking net and like shimmied up some fucking thing and dropped. It was wild.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, by the way, Stacey,
Yes.
has anybody heard from Andy Excuse? Is he
Nope.
Is he alive? Is he
No
dead?
idea.
All right.
Couldn't tell you.
All right. Well, maybe we'll see him. Maybe we won't.
Sorry.
But in the meantime, Stacey,
Mm-hmm.
can you check for me? Are there bats in the belfry yet? Oh, there they are. How about the monsters? Are they chained up in the dungeon? Yep, I hear them. What about the wolves, Stace? The wolves. Oh, they seem to be howling.
They're
Yep.
howling.
Yep.
Those wolves better be vaccinated.
Is the wind lashing at the house? It's music to my ears. It really is.
But what does it mean?
It means that it's time. It means that it's time to start the show. Thank you, bats
nice.
and wolves and everybody else. Let's see what is on the menu for the show today.
Boiled peanuts and sweet potatoes.
I know that much, but what else? We've got horror news. We've got some horror movies that we've seen lately, and we'll be reviewing a film together. A little group action. This week it's the new Monster Mash, the Barge people. Everybody, the Barge people. But
The River Mutants.
also,
they should have called it that.
it's AKA. It's known in some areas of the world as the Barge people, and in some other areas of the world, it's known as the River Monsters.
Mutants.
River Mutants.
The River Mutants, which is actually what they are. But
Pretty much,
there are Barge people in the movie. But you would argue that it wasn't really about the Barge people.
Right.
It was about the River
Not
Mutants.
at all.
Before we get to that, though, I have,
Larsa, mute yourself there.
yeah, Lucy,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Before we get there, though,
It's
River
the
Mutants
people
over
in this
there.
house that don't respect me. They don't respect what I do. They think this is a joke, and this is a very serious job.
How dare they? How dare Jessica do that?
before we continue, though, Stace, I have to offer an apology to Rui.
Mm-hmm.
So Rui, last week I chastised you for pronouncing emu,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
and then later on,
no, say it, yeah.
and then later on, Kelly got word that the actual pronunciation for emu, although Americans, the colloquial, Stacy, American pronunciation for emu is what I keep saying is
Right.
emu.
Is it? Because I've literally only ever heard it emu except for you guys.
The actual, give me an example of when you would be talking about emus.
Not often,
without
because
us.
there's none here.
Without this podcast, give me an example when you were discussing them.
I mean, I watched Wild Kratts as a kid, and they had like an episode about emus.
Okay, see, he's still doing it, Stace.
Yep.
I can't.
That's how you say it, Ken.
No, that's
Ken's
how.
always scratching his fucking head.
He's sweating.
That's how. So the proper pronunciation, everybody, for emu is actually emu. So there you go. I'm sorry, buddy.
Ken was wrong, is what he's trying to say.
One for
Wrong.
Roy.
I'm sorry. That was very mean. I love you.
It's an easy mistake because, like I said, Stace, colloquially,
Right.
it's the way Americans. I'm going to continue pronouncing it emu.
Okay.
Sure, but you'll be wrong.
Right, I'll be wrong. Wrong about plenty of things.
But let's face it, we're in America. When are we gonna have to talk about emus
again?
On this show, probably pretty often because they come up a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope in no way I didn't downgrade your confidence in any way, amigo.
I am shocked and appalled, and I will be taking this to court.
Kurt, amigo, are you trying to downgrade my confidence before my set?
No way would I do that.
God.
No way would I do that.
He did it. He tied it in.
He really did. He said amigo just so he could fucking play that clip.
Honestly, shame on us for not seeing that coming.
Stace, before we move on,
right?
We must get to the week in death.
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry, but we have to do it.
Depressing time.
Do we have to?
In 1997, Diana Spencer, Princess of Wales. Remember her? Princess Diana?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Did he say no?
Yeah, he does remember.
I remember the Princess Diana Beanie Baby. That thing was a hot commodity.
Anyway.
That was a thing?
Princess Diana
Yeah,
died in a car crash.
Oh.
Jesus, Ken.
I know.
I mean, that's what
so
happened.
insensitive.
That's what happened, Stacey.
So insensitive.
In Paris at 36. She lived her life like a candle in the wind, Stace. Remember that?
I do.
Elton John, he redid the song for her?
Yep.
Because they were friends?
Yep.
I bought the CD.
Ooh! Larsa was so inspired she bought the CD. In 2003, Charles Bronson, American actor, Death Wish series, dies at age 81. I loved Charles Bronson. I loved him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he
like
was
a brother.
He was.
You'll see him again one day.
He was.
Well, depends where he's going.
He was 74 years old when he shot Death Wish 4. That's an old vigilante.
Damn.
That is a very creaky vigilante. And now, by the way, now Stace, we have Robert Bronzy.
Right.
Looks just like him.
Mm-hmm.
2016, Gene Wilder, American actor. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
That's one of those things that pulled up every year, where someone posts that he's dead, and everyone goes, "Oh my god, I can't believe he died!" And it's the articles from 4 fucking years ago.
Yeah, and it's like, you can't believe he died. Like, have you seen the camera quality of Willy Wonka? Just saying.
Fucking troll.
Oh my god.
Here's the point. Here's the point, everybody.
Yeah.
In 2016, Gene Wilder of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory died at age 83.
And other great
great films. If you can go ahead and name one, Stace.
Young Frankenstein.
That's good. That's true. Blazing Saddles. All those kind of.
Blue.
Yeah.
Was he? No, Lady in Red.
There you go. Yeah, we can
Played
go
a
on.
turtle in the Alice in Wonderland made-for-TV movie.
What about the one?
God's name
You know, it was
is
a great one. Here was a great one, Stace. Remember when it was him and Richard Pryor? He made a bunch with Richard Pryor. I mean, like Silver
Right.
Streak, but the one where he was deaf and Richard Pryor was blind.
Yeah.
And they were buddies.
Right.
And they had to get through some stuff together. Whatever that one was, it was great.
It was
Thank
I'll
you.
think of it. I'll think of it.
In 2012, everybody, Neil Armstrong, American astronaut, dies from heart surgery complications at age 82. That guy was on the moon, for Christ's sakes.
What was he?
How many of us can say that we've been on the moon? Not too many people.
Oh, Ken, the movie you're thinking of is See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Thank you.
Allegedly, he was on the moon.
Allegedly.
Let's ask Kubrick.
Yeah. In 1978, Robert Shaw, British actor, novelist, and playwright, most well known for his portrayal of shark hunter Quint in Jaws, dies of a heart attack, age 51.
That's young.
Not only is that young, he seemed older than that when he made Jaws.
Holy
Of course,
shit.
that was only 2 years before. So he was 49 when he was making Jaws. He looked older than that when he was doing it, which is probably one of the reasons that he got the role.
He must have partied hard.
Finally, this
Died
you know, I
young.
kind of get the feeling that he did. Like if I think back, I from stories about that guy, I think he did. Finally, this week in 2015, Wes Craven, American filmmaker,
Oh, so sad.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, etc., etc., dies at 76. He was always a much younger man in my head, but you know, I guess 76 still seems young, but
It is. Yeah.
then again, Stace, I'm a much younger man in my head, so here's the point, everybody. All these people are gone now, so remember to enjoy every breath, because death is coming for you, and it could be sooner than you think. And to all the people that died this week, R.I.P. See you in hell. Damn it!
Cheers, folks. It broke again.
Beautiful ceremony.
Let me try again.
Man,
Not this shit.
Oh,
the pipes here suck. Like they were working fine last week. I don't know what the problem is.
one more time. There we go. There we go. Well, Stace, that's all done. Let's get to
Can we
the.
just have some fun?
Yeah.
Some real fucking fun. Not like an unboxing tutorial video fun.
All right,
Real fun.
Let's have some real fun.
Just
Hey,
so you're aware, viewers, those are actual dead bodies that we dug up, and we had to cut them up so they could fit down the pipes.
Salem Horror Fest
Perfect.
2020 announces hundreds of hours of remote programming in its first wave. First of I guess, of many waves, Stace.
That's exciting.
The annual Salem Horror Fest is going virtual this year, and today's first wave announcement includes hundreds of hours of remote programming for this coming October, with acclaimed director Joe Dante of Gremlins fame revealed as the event's special guest of honor.
Holy shit.
The Salem Horror Fest is determined to keep the Halloween spirit alive by encouraging horror fans to stay home, be safe, and support independent filmmakers, horror creators, and academics from the comfort of the couch. The festival will be hosted on a customized streaming platform that works on all browsers and can be easily casted to the television and streaming devices. Guests who purchase an all-access membership will receive a Salem Horror Fest face mask. That makes sense, Stace, right? Mm-hmm. And will receive priority access to celebrity guests like Dee Wallace, Zach Galligan, Robert Picardo. Who's Robert Picardo? Anybody?
No.
Okay.
No idea.
And of course, acclaimed genre director Joe Dante, all of whom will take part in reunions for the 1981 werewolf staple, The Howling, and the Gonzo 1990 Gremlins 2: The New Batch, as part of a tribute to Dante's career. A number of films will receive their world, North American, and East Coast premieres, including The Strings, Lenny, The Witches of Hollywood, It Cuts Deep, Threshold Vice, and The Last Thanksgiving. Other festival favorites include Feels Good Man, The Last Blockbuster, that's a documentary about the last blockbuster, Death Drop Gorgeous, and a slate of films comprised of a wildly diverse group of black, women, queer, Latinx, and Asian voices, delving deeper into the horror genre and how it reflects our increasingly horrifying society are a series of seminars and panels that tackle various topics, such as black representation, giallo feminism, what? I don't know what that means, Chinese vampires, Norwegian witches, Mary Shelley, found footage, young adult literature, and female puberty presented by notable academics and film journalists. Salem Horror Festival
Sounds fucking awesome.
will also host a series of live podcasts, including The Movies That Made Me, We Hate Movies, The Faculty of Horror, Pure Cinema podcast, Horror Queers, Nightmare University, and the Purple Stuff podcast. Stace,
where are we?
Seems to be
Are we gonna be there?
seems to be one missing on this.
Yeah,
there's definitely one missing, Ken.
Yeah.
Interestingly,
Salem's
we are
number
not.
one.
Interestingly, we are not on that list.
Yeah.
Let's go and riot there.
Well, we're actually Kelly and I we're in negotiations. With,
Really?
with this.
I'll hold on my riot.
We really are, Kelly. We really are, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
we are.
We'll be in there in some capacity. We will be in the Salem Horror Fest.
Lucy, are they being sarcastic or?
We're not even. We
No,
are.
it's real.
We really are.
It's
We were
real.
like, hey guys, have you seen our review on iTunes? And they were like,
5 stars.
Our 5-star
You know what?
review.
we want you.
Well, the
You're
local
hired.
people.
Not yet.
In some capacity, we will. I said, look, we'll do a live podcast, or we'll just go into the backyard and we'll do a TV show in the backyard. You guys let us know and we'll do it. So we'll see what we'll come up with. Anyway, all access badges unlock admission to every event with extended access to programs throughout the month and the year. To view the current lineup and purchase badges, please visit Salem Horror Fest. Further details and events are coming soon. So do it.
I'm gonna go into the page with
Yep.
one of my fake accounts and start asking why this podcast is not in the lineup.
Okay.
Every day.
Don't create problems.
Not yet.
Okay. Just give me the cue and I'll do it.
Just let me know when I should break out the baseball bat. Like who's needs to go.
Oh boy.
Hey, remake of 90s cult slasher film Urban Legend is in the works. If you missed Urban
Really?
Legend. Yeah.
Huh.
The movie will center on a diverse cast of college students as they navigate a series of bizarre deaths that resemble urban legends linked to the darkest corners of social media. Furthermore, according to reports, the film will explore deep fake technology, which is becoming more popular and accessible online, which is a really pertinent issue right now. They are currently casting the film, and it should be released next year, everybody. So if you were clamoring for a remake of Urban Legends, you're in luck.
Nice. I was thinking about that movie the other day because Danielle Harris was in that, right? She played like a goth chick.
Yes, and also wasn't the chick that killed the guy? She's in that too, right?
What chick killed a guy?
The chick, she was in a lot of stuff in the 90s, and then she killed the guy. She had curly
That's
hair.
a lot of. Wait, you mean actually like real life killed a guy?
Yeah, like she ran over.
Did she run him over with her car?
Yeah, she ran a guy over.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I can't remember her name, but I know. Is it Rebecca something?
Rebecca Gayheart? Is that?
Yeah.
Did I nail it? Stace, give me a ding. I nailed it. I nailed it.
She was in a bunch of stuff in the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, she was.
And then she killed somebody, and then it really threw her off. I don't know.
Yeah, she looks like she'd kill somebody.
I don't know if she'll be returning for Urban Legend. I'm sure she's done her time. By the way, this deep fake technology is going to wreak havoc on our lives in the future. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
Right now. You know
it's creepy.
You know,
what
Stace,
the fuck is
you know deep fake.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they can take your face and put it on somebody else's body.
They basically use like CGI and like AI programs to make it look super realistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they can like position your face wherever. It's really creepy.
So they could basically, they could be like, they could take your face and create like a murder scene and put you in it, and then they go, look, Rui killed the guy. I got it right here on video, and it would look just like Rui killing a guy on video.
Exactly.
That's
yeah,
fucking
scary.
scary.
Like video evidence is not going to be admissible in court in like a couple of years.
Oh, for sure.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
That's
well, there,
funny.
that thing people have been posting on Facebook where they have their picture in like music videos.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I've seen that. Just in the last couple of weeks, I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's creep. Like, it's
and
really
it looks
wild.
really. I mean, it's really integrated in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's like Photoshop for video.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you can do, and people do it for porn. They put like celebrity
Celebrities.
faces on the porn stars, and
without their permission, it's like a real problem.
If they had permission, I mean, they could take my face and put it on a hotter body. I would totally be okay with that.
You heard it here first, everybody. If you want to take Kelly's face and use it,
You're gonna regret that.
Use it for
Shit.
use it for deep fake porn. She gives you a full license.
Go for it. I'm not going to do anything with my life, so
And then-
it's not like I'm going to become a fucking teacher or something.
And send it to us. We'll give a T-shirt to whoever comes up with the best. The best
Oh,
best Kelly Kapow deep
Kelly,
fake
be careful what you ask for.
porn.
Wait, Ken, that's crazy.
I can't.
That's crazy.
I do. I agree. It's crazy. You suggested it, so.
Oh my.
Hey, you can spend a night ghost hunting at a haunted old hospital and orphanage.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you love all things spooky and have a keen interest in the supernatural? Have you always wanted to experience what it's like to spend the night in a potentially haunted building? If you answered yes to any of these, then we might have found the perfect opportunity for you. A company named Haunted Happenings are offering people the chance to spend the night ghost hunting at Newsham Park Hospital in Liverpool. That's in England. Liverpool, Stacey. Isn't that where... am I crazy? Is that where the Beatles were from?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. According to the company, the Grade 2 listed building dates back to Victorian times, and over the years it's been used as many different things, including an orphanage, a psychiatric hospital, and a nursing home. All those things are spooky.
Oh yeah.
Haunted Happenings website says Newsham Asylum is the ultimate ghost hunt location for those wishing to spend the night in a frightening and very active building. This orphanage turned hospital dates back to the Victorian era, where punishments were harsh and cruel, and this sprawling building now lies empty and abandoned with a similar and sinister and frightening feel to it. Boarded up and surrounded by perimeter fencing, Haunted Happenings have 99,000 square feet of terrifying corridors and rooms to explore as we enter this building in search of the ghostly inhabitants that still reside there. They state that areas of interest to explore include the Psych Cinema, the infamous Naughty Boys Corridor.
Ooh.
That sounds...
Sign me up.
and of course, the morgue. And if this weren't enough, there's also a schoolhouse, hospital wards, nurses' accommodation, a bell tower, and a chapel to look around. Haunted Happenings.
Shit, Rui, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, even if it's not haunted, this is like sanctioned urban exploring. Like, I'm down.
Haunted Happenings adds there's an instant feeling of uneasiness as you enter at Newsham Hospital that you will not fail to sense the torment of those who belong to its long and torrid history. Wheelchairs sit empty in corridors, and the mortuary fridges exist as a cold reminder of the lives that have passed over in this place, giving this location a unique and frightening atmosphere. During our overnight ghost hunts, there will have been numerous reports of paranormal activity. Distant voices have been heard within the empty building. Shadowy figures have been seen darting down the stairwells and more. Haunted Happening is booking ghost tours right now. Tickets start at £65, which is like $80 for the night.
That's surprisingly like less than I was expecting.
Is that that's affordable for a night in a potentially haunted hospital?
Yeah.
That's in the UK, right?
Yeah.
That's in the UK.
So we would need the plane tickets.
The only country we can travel right now.
Is that the only one? Every
Because the rest hate us.
Yeah, everybody else hates us, and it's like deporting us.
Do you
back.
blame them?
No, not at all.
All right, let's go ghost hunting. That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
It's not even that expensive to go to. I would really like to go to the UK at some point. It's only like $500. Stacey, it's only like $500. You want to go?
Yeah,
on?
it's the taxes coming out that kind of like screw you.
Stacey,
Well, there's other things involved. I mean, you're just talking about airfare and stuff. There's other things involved.
Well, it's
you could sleep under a bridge.
Well, no, you can sleep here at the the hospital for $65.
Pass.
Heavy Leather Horror goes to the UK.
Just think about it.
Anybody wants
that's
to throw us
not
some
my
money for
idea of
this?
vacation.
Ken, hear me out.
Okay,
Kate's grim day out at the haunted insane asylum in Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Yes,
that.
we can go to the Tower of Terror. We
I'm in
can
for the bell tower.
go to all the castles. All right, this is my dream.
Let's set up a Patreon right now, viewers, if you want to give us some money.
There's no viewers.
Listeners.
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 All right,
if you-
I'm gonna start up an OnlyFans account.
And a Kickstarter. We can. There's many ways.
Okay, everybody. It's time for bed.
I'll rob a bank.
I'll sell a kidney.
It's time for bad news. a lot of bad news out there, as you know, and we got some more. As if you hadn't heard enough bad news, we got some more for you. So let's get to it. Here we go.
Bear walks into liquor store in Revelstoke, British Columbia, gets yelled at, scared off.
So this is good because bears are there's not as many people around, Stace, so wildlife.
Yeah, they're thriving.
They're thriving and they're showing up in places that you don't usually see them.
Yeah. They're taking the land back.
So this is a cautionary tale about maybe what you should do. Personally, out of all the animals, like Stacy, for example, really doesn't like bees, as we've mentioned before. She can't deal with bees. The animal that I am most afraid of is bears. Now, I've never seen a bear when
the fuck are you coming in contact with a bear?
I don't go to the woods. Right?
Seriously.
But listen, as we're about to hear, this guy's behind the counter at the fucking liquor store.
But the bear sounded very polite. I'm just saying, he left when he was told to leave.
Scolded.
He just wanted some booze. Maybe it was an underage bear trying to the old
yeah, sure,
teenage bear.
Yeah,
he had a mustache. He thought he could get away with it.
That's
3 bears under 1 trench coat.
That's probably what it is.
Let's find out what happened.
All right, here we go. Claudio Bernetti of Revelstoke, British Columbia, can laugh about it now, but what happened on Monday evening was no joke at the time. The bear came barreling down the street. I don't know why, but right down to the end of the block in front of my pub, said Bernetti, owner of, fittingly enough, Grizzly Sports Bar and Grill and the Last Call liquor store. And then he just bolted right into the store. The door was open. I have it open because of COVID, so you don't have to touch the door. Video shows the black bear rumbling down the sidewalk before making a sharp turn into the store, as if it was intentionally shopping for spirits or a six-pack. Then he did a stroll down the aisle, Bernetti said, asking a customer from Europe at the counter. Adding a customer from Europe at the counter freaked out because he was just feet from the animal. Bernetti said he yelled at the bear, which turned around and laughed. He estimated it was around 250 pounds. Asked if he's come up with any jokes, Bernetti laughed, stating, "I didn't ID him. I couldn't serve him. There's all kind of jokes going on."
Hey, so if it was you, Kelly, and the bear walked into your store, so he yelled at the bear, told it to leave, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to the bear? How would you do it?
I don't know. I think I would be afraid of the bear. I wouldn't think to yell at a fucking grizzly bear.
I wouldn't either.
Or a black
Honestly,
bear.
I would be off like a shot.
I'd fucking run.
If it was me, this is what would happen if it were me.
Exactly what it would sound like too.
I mean, black bears are actually they're like grizzly bears. That would be terrifying, but black bears are actually pretty afraid of humans, so that's probably why it bolted off.
So what do you think what do you think he said, Rui? How do you think he got rid of him?
Hello, sir. How can I help you? Can I see any ID? Let's see how.
He's saying that it doesn't take a lot to scare a black bear.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems.
Rui's not impressed with this article, Ken.
No, I find it cute actually.
Yeah. Not so cute if you're the European guy inside there.
Turns around and there's a bear.
Don't minimize this. This is Ken's worst nightmare.
Forget it.
Right here.
Forget it.
Well, if Ken owned a liquor store.
I don't want to. I don't want to get mauled by a bear.
Well,
What would you do?
Ken doesn't even go in liquor
Ken.
stores.
You don't have a
so I
liquor
think
store.
it's
You're not
okay.
going to be in a liquor store anytime soon.
Let's say you wandered into the public access. What would you do then, Ken? During one of your shows?
Give it a mic.
If a bear showed up at the public access?
Like it somehow opened the doors, it came into the studio, and what you're shooting a show, like you're shooting a heavy leather horror show, and the bear walks in. What do you do?
Next story, please.
Okay. Almost 50 North Texan drank bleach this month. Poison Center warns, stop it, it won't cure COVID.
So you're telling me...
Are you fucking kidding?
Are you telling me
Yep.
50 Texans
That makes sense.
drank
Yeah.
bleach this month? Oh, boy.
Ay, ay, ay.
It is Texas. Keep
I
that
think,
in
but
mind.
it just a tiny sip of bleach.
Would burn your insides.
Right. So
Ugh.
how... Okay, let's find out. Here we go.
You're trying to rationalize it. You're like, yeah, no, there's no rationalizing.
I
it.
mean, it's just impossible.
You fucked up again, kid.
You can't, not even for... Maybe you're diluting it or something, but...
But even regardless,
I have no
it's gonna make
idea.
you sick.
It will burn everything
yeah.
on the way. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
good. Right.
Everything about it.
Must burn coming out the other end.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Ugh. Following 46 cases of bleach ingestion in North Texas Poison Control Center region since the start of August, experts are again warning people that drinking the chemical won't prevent COVID-19. You know.
Yeah.
The organization pointed to misleading and inaccurate information circulating online about how to prevent the spread of COVID-19. For an uptick in poisonings, the FDA has long warned that drinking chlorine dioxide products can lead to severe vomiting, severe diarrhea, life-threateningly low blood pressure caused by dehydration, and acute liver failure. Bottom line, don't drink bleach under any circumstances, ever. Yeah.
Wow.
I
wonder
mean-
where they got that idea.
They probably heard it from the fucking president.
I know.
Yeah. But it's like you go online and you hear the phrase drink bleach, which is commonly associated with telling somebody to kill themselves.
Yeah.
So why do they think that that is a good idea?
How quickly after you drink the bleach do you realize that you should not have drunk that bleach?
Well, if you did drink the bleach, you probably don't care. So, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
should these people be alive in the first place?
No.
Honestly, you get what you deserve for drinking bleach.
That's called natural selection.
Exactly. Thank you, Larsa.
See, what old European people do, like European immigrants to the States, like I had some grandparents who did this, is at night before they go to bed, they'd take a shot of the strongest alcohol they had in the house, usually like whiskey, because they thought it would like cleanse them, right?
Yeah.
Which that kind of makes sense because
Okay.
alcohol like has some antibacterial stuff, but bleach is bleach.
It's chemical.
Listen,
What
if
if
that's
you-
the case, Rui, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably one of the cleanliness people on the planet right now.
What if you okay, so obviously drinking it's a bad idea, Rui, but what about just like, gargling with it?
No.
Would that be
No, because
Give it a try, Ken. Let us know.
It's gonna
See-
burn the inside of your mouth and your throat.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm just
It'll
wondering.
certainly kill all living things inside of your mouth, including the cells.
Including you and your
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what else is happening. Stacy?
Yikes. Don't do it. Police respond to reports of gunfire, find man sleeping in front of TV.
Okay, there we go.
German police department said officers responding to a report of a possible shooting arrived at the scene to find a man had simply fallen asleep while watching a loud action movie. North Rhine-Westphalia police stationed in Cologne said they received several reports early Wednesday morning from Cologne residents who reported sounds of gunfire nearby. Police identified the source of the sounds, and they brought in a locksmith to open the door to the apartment from which the sounds were coming. Officers discovered no actual gunfire, just a loud action movie playing while a 34-year-old resident slept in front of the TV.
Yeah.
Police said the man was taken to the police station, but was released once officers verified his identity.
I don't understand.
Why would they even take him to the police station? He was asleep.
First of all,
And also, it's funny that they got a locksmith.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think you can tell the difference between speakers and gunshots.
Exactly, because in an action movie, there's not just gonna
there's like music.
Yeah, I mean,
and
no action
people
movie.
yelling.
No action movie.
It's
is
like
just,
something out of fucking Home Alone, you know?
Yeah. Like, honestly, to be fair, I'm surprised this doesn't happen like more often. But then again, this is America, so people would probably just assume that it's gunshots and wouldn't care.
But what's up with the dude that he's so asleep on the couch that even when the cops are banging on his door, he doesn't wake up?
Yeah. Maybe he had a couple of beers or something.
Liquid lunch.
Yeah.
Also, if it's that loud, he's a really annoying neighbor. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, or he's hard of hearing and has a TV really loud. My grandfather
Could be hard of hearing.
was hard of hearing, and when we would visit him at his apartment, you could hear his TV all the way down the hallway in the apartment building.
Well, he is only
This guy's
34.
34.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's just a real piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days, his neighbors are gonna go in there and shoot him, and then they're gonna play the action movie so that people don't check for a while.
You can be hard of hearing and not be old, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think my grandfather was hard of hearing from being in the army.
But if you're 34 and you're hard of hearing, you know you're hard of hearing. So I think what you would probably do is put on headphones or something. Just
Maybe.
Put them on loud.
Yeah.
Or
Anyway,
subtitles.
Anyway, fuck that guy.
Everybody's smart like us.
Next.
Yeah, we're the most intelligent people on Earth,
Right.
clearly.
Everybody's an idiot except for us.
Yeah. We stand above all of you peasants.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Mom mortified as workman is left in stitches over rotten discovery in her attic.
Intriguing. Now, from this headline, I have no idea what we're about to find out.
Me either. Here we go.
Here we go.
2 weeks ago, a workman visited Rachel Bonney's home in St. Helens to install CCTV cameras.
First of all,
was
number
going-
one, why is... Oh, I guess maybe... Why would she want cameras inside the house, Stace?
Security.
Just for security?
Yeah, lots of people have them.
Yeah.
Like inside your
the
house?
Yeah, yeah.
That's creepy.
Maybe like nanny cams and stuff like that.
A lot of people do that. Yeah, it's a thing.
We have one, but it's just to look at the dog when we're away.
Stace, should we do that so that way we can spy on each other? That'd be fun.
That's creepy as fuck, Ken.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Let's
I'm
go.
gonna take that out of there. All right. All was going swimmingly until the man called the 27-year-old upstairs to look at something rather unusual he'd stumbled across in the attic. The mom of one was mortified when he showed her a scaly and rotten sex toy which had been left standing upright in the loft. How does a sex toy become scaly and rotten? That's what I want to know.
Oh, if it's old plastic, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
guess.
if it was up there for a while, yeah.
From like the 70s or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Rachel was quick to explain that the item didn't belong to her
Sure.
or her partner Matthew,
Sure.
that she thinks.
Right.
Sure, totally.
Yeah.
Well, she's 27 years old, so if it was that old, it probably
Matthew's just going up there and getting it all scaly.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's Matthew for sure.
I do too.
It's got a secret life.
Instead, she believes it was left there by the former tenants of the property.
It's what they all say.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. As neighbors said, they were known for their noisy sex sessions.
Okay.
Despite living in the house for a few years, this was the first time Rachel had ever been up into the loft. So she
Bullshit.
had no idea what was waiting up there for them.
Right.
Bullshit. Yeah, no, I think the case on this one is closed.
Wait, what about the loud neighbors before, though?
Oh,
And
that
after-
was before?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what she said. Pay attention.
And after this grim find, she has no plans to go anywhere near that space again. Are you kidding me?
It's not
You're
that
gonna
grim.
let one scaly and rotten sex toy ruin that space
You're
for
never
you?
going to go there ever again.
Wow. I think someone's being a little fucking dramatic here.
Yeah. Also, what St. Helens are we talking about? Are we talking about the isolated island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean?
No, we're not talking
I
about
don't think
that
we're
one.
talking about that, really.
Yeah, that
Okay.
wouldn't make
Okay.
any sense. But
Never mind.
She said, "It's hilarious. It could only happen to me. The toy is rotten. It looks like it's been there for years. It's scaly and scabby at the bottom.
Ew.
Like the plastic has been burned." Whoa.
Oh.
She continued, "The CCTV man came and said he needed to put a socket in the attic."
I like that's a saucy way of putting it.
Yeah.
I just said
Hello?
you have no excuse.
Hello, I'm
Whatever's
the
in the loft,
CCTV
because
man. I'm here to put a socket in your attic.
That's not a good way to put it. Okay. I just said you'll have to excuse whatever's in the loft because I've never been in.
Sure.
I never even went into the attic at all.
Right.
As he got up the ladder, he said, "Your last tenants have left you a little present. Go up and take a look." I looked forward, and there it was in all of its glory. He was laughing, but I was so embarrassed. I didn't want him to think it was mine.
Well, now we all think it's yours.
Then you shouldn't be embarrassed if it's not yours. That's
I want to know why it was burnt on the bottom.
Well, I hope that
Reasons we shouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, I hope that he put the socket in her attic. That's all I hope.
Well, what about Matthew?
Yeah, Matthew's got a lot to answer for in all this.
Yeah.
By the way, you can go online and see the scaly sex toy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I think we have to after this.
Wait, is it that scaly?
Yeah, it's gross. It's like it looks like a rotten dildo that's just sitting there in the middle of the attic for no reason.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
It's the thing that
Rui,
happens.
don't look at that.
I'm not gonna.
All right, next story, please.
All right. Pittsburgh Public Schools, that's why he chose me. I got family out there. Pittsburgh Public Schools board member forgot to shut off camera, showers during a live meeting.
Yes. Yes.
What?
Okay. This better not be any one of my relatives, I'll tell you that much. Okay. A Pittsburgh Public Schools board meeting member forgot to turn off her camera before getting in the shower during a live virtual meeting Wednesday. Veronica Edwards was seen undressing and getting into her shower during the district's live stream public agenda meeting.
So no one told her. So no one was like, "Oh, I guess if she probably muted herself and just went to town," and then everybody was like, "Hey, whoa," and she wasn't.
Wait, so she just like took a shower during the middle of this meeting?
Right in the middle of the meeting, she.
I'm gonna call bullshit on this one. This is probably like some kind of advertisement for her OnlyFans or something. You don't just take a shower in the middle of a meeting.
She probably has a lot of meetings to get to through the day, and you gotta take a shower at some point.
I don't know. I don't buy it. But Edwards is a Pittsburgh Public Schools graduate and worked 37 years at the district before retiring.
So we're talking a retiree now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think she has an OnlyFans page.
Yeah,
page, Rui, but I'm not judging.
In a written statement, Edwards says she regrets the incident, but remains committed, resolved, and focused on her responsibility to educate all the children.
Well, she educated them.
Good for her.
Right.
Well, if there were any children there, they
They got
certainly
educated. This time.
Her statement goes on to explain that during that, due to her challenging time of virtual meetings, she had experienced a larger demand on her time, which led to attempts of multitasking during some of the meetings. Hopefully someone can learn from my experience and turn the camera off when you need to, wrote Edwards. it is unclear how many people viewed the live incident, but the recording of the meeting has been edited to remove the showering incident.
Well, that's the best part.
Just don't take a fucking shower in the middle of a work meeting.
Why would you do that? That's
I am
crazy.
still baffled. I am still baffled as to why that happened.
Or I mean, you can just turn off your video.
Right.
Go take the shower. Come back. None's the wiser.
Exactly. If it's really that boring, just why would she take it with her?
Yeah. Why was
she probably wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She wanted to hear what people were saying, and she figured she would turn her camera off and multitask and take a shower while listening to whatever was going on.
You could not
Makes sense.
But it still seems like it would be uncomfortable to be listening to a meeting you were supposed to be involved in and take a shower.
Yeah, honestly,
same time.
Unless she did this on purpose, and she was like, "Ooh, this is a little risky in the middle of the afternoon."
I see no reason as to why anybody could possibly do that accidentally. Like, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, she's in her 60s if she's retired, so she's gonna play the old I don't know how to work this thing angle.
Yeah. I mean, like, going to the bathroom is like one thing that has happened to people. Like, that kind of makes sense. But like showering, no.
I mean, I do that all the time, but I mute the microphone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She wanted to show some titties. Let's be honest.
So. Yeah, I think she wanted to show her retired titties to everybody. And that's what she did. Just own up to it, Veronica.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell?
If you did it, just say you did it. That's it.
I want to see who this lady is.
I kind of want to see it too. I would like to.
I want to see the shower scene.
Yeah, I want to see the Veronica Edwards shower scene. Maybe
that's lost media now. They cut it, except it exists on some creepy guy's hard drive somewhere. The guy who recorded the movie.
No, I don't want to see it unless she personally gives me consent to see it.
It's on her OnlyFans.
I don't want to just be like creep.
That's where
it is now.
That's where it is now.
65-year-old Pittsburgh retiree OnlyFans.
that's her name on OnlyFans. That's how you find her.
Retired lady.
I'm looking at the picture of all the people in that meeting.
Yeah.
And I see some eligible older men. So I think she might have done this on purpose.
Yeah, maybe she was trying to catch one of the eyes.
Oh, saucy.
My cousin Claire still is in I think public school in Pittsburgh. I'll ask her if she knows about this.
Yeah. I'm sure it's big news over there.
Report back to us.
Will do. I'm sure it's blown up like wildfire over there.
All right. Finally, in bad news this week.
Brazilian supermarket covers a deceased worker's body with umbrellas to keep store open.
Well, the wheels of
That's
commerce.
so fucked up.
The wheels of commerce have to keep rolling, Stace. Come on.
The working class dystopia.
Carrefour supermarket in Brazil hid the body of one of its workers who died suddenly of a heart attack with umbrellas so the store could stay open and serve customers.
By the way, he was in the. I read a little further into this, Stace. He was stalking the bear. He was in the bear aisle when he had his heart attack.
Jeez.
Hit the floor. That was it.
But why didn't they just call an ambulance? I mean, I don't know that they would have had to close the store.
Well, they did, but it's in Brazil. It takes a while to get an ambulance.
It seems like something they do at like Whole Foods. Like Jeff Bezos would be like, just throw some fucking couscous over him and keep it going.
It definitely seems like a market basket thing for sure.
New special on Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Staff at the store sparked off outrage and complaints as they allegedly calmly placed 3 umbrellas that were on sale over the body.
Calmly.
They've done this before.
That died in a bid not to cause panic among the customers until funeral directors. It's so terrible, but I can't stop laughing.
You shouldn't laugh, Stacey. It's not
I know. Could get there and take the body away to the funeral home. Well, I mean, it's just I think what's funny is that they thought that hiding a body with umbrellas seemed like a thing to do. That's insane.
They had a protocol for this, clearly.
Apparently, hundreds of customers.
You know what would be nice, Stace, if they put them in a one of those folding beach chairs first, and then
It's not Weekend at Bernie's.
yeah, and then put the umbrellas on top, so it just looks like he's lounging.
I'm just imagining like the employees crying the whole time, like they're bawling their eyes out as they're placing the umbrellas over this guy.
Put some sunglasses on him, Stace. You know.
Ugh. Apparently, hundreds of customers carried on doing their shopping completely unaware that there was a dead person lying on the floor. It was actually one of the customers who took a photo of the umbrellas that soon went viral. The grim picture was then posted on social media for everyone to see. This is the body of a deceased worker in the middle of the Carrefour supermarket, one wrote on Twitter alongside the photo. He died while working and was covered with umbrellas. Witnesses say the supermarket just carried on and functioned normally. In response, Carrefour did not take long to officially apologize. Carrefour apologizes in relation to the inadequate way in which it treated the sad and unexpected death of Mr. Moises Santos, a victim of heart attack in the store of Ricef. The company was wrong by not closing the store immediately after the fact while awaiting the ambulance.
Well, I mean, you know.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Sounds
Rest in peace, Senor
I would be
Moises
fucking
Santos.
haunting that fucking grocery store, fucking flying spaghetti jar sauces off the goddamn shelves
Yeah, that's
at people's
crazy.
heads.
Can you imagine the manager thinking that was an appropriate way to handle it?
Well, the manager is probably 23 years old, has no idea what to do next, and they're gonna kill me if I close the store down. So
Well,
just
they
put
are
some
even
umbrellas there.
close the aisle or something, but don't just cover
Close the aisle.
If he was gonna do anything,
clean up on aisle 9.
Yeah, like covering a guy up with whatever. It just seems
Stay.
insane.
So just put up some tape so that people can't go down the aisle and just leave them.
Wet floor.
Yeah.
Caution.
I mean,
Just put that over the body.
Imagine the guy buying beer with a corpse right next to him.
I mean, it's sort of an unprecedented. I mean, there's probably no protocol for what to do in a situation like that.
Well,
yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure, the guy who manages the store, there's a district manager, you call it, there's got to be, somebody.
I sure
higher
hope
than
there's
the
one in
guy.
place now.
It's also, I mean, how do you get it's a store, it's a grocery store full of people. How am I supposed to get them all out the door because there's a dead guy in the
Yeah,
the
well,
beer
that's what
aisle?
I'm saying. Maybe they could have just.
I mean, you'd probably just say, "Hey, a guy just died in here," and I think everybody would make their way out.
Yeah. Except that one older lady, you know the type that just
Wait, so
shop it.
are you saying you would get on the intercom, Kelly?
Yeah,
Like,
I would be like, "Hey, everyone."
Attention, attention shoppers. There's a dead guy in the bear aisle, so get out of here.
Yeah, please leave.
Well, you wouldn't even probably tell them what happened. You'd say that there's a situation in the store and we need to evacuate.
Yeah, obrigado.
You could just be like, "Shooter, live shooter in the store."
Oh yeah, that
and
would
then
help. Then
everybody's
people be trampled, and then you need more ambulances.
the body would be trampled. It'd be a fucking mess.
But
Okay,
that's
don't
not the
put
way
me
to
on the
handle
intercom.
that.
The Kohl's next door is having a super sale.
Thank you, everybody. That's bad news this week. That was our bad news.
Yeah.
And
Rest
boy,
in peace, Senor Moises Santos.
Yeah, exactly. Poor guy.
Wow. Poor
Poor guy.
fucking bastard.
Oof.
Well,
It's time to talk about some horror movies.
Right there on my TV. Horror movie right there on my TV. Horror movie and there's no refuse. Horror movie, it's a 6:30 news. Horror movie, it's a 6:30 news. And it's shocking me right out of my brain.
Hey, here on the Every Other Horror Show, we're all what you call horror enthusiasts. We watch horror movies quite a bit. And everything's better when you share it, so what we like to do is give you recommendations, tell you about some horror films that we've seen this week. So that's what we're going to do now.
Yeah.
So let's go
Take it
over.
or leave it.
Let's go. Exactly. Let's go over to Larsa and find out what she's seen this week.
So this week I saw a movie called Creep, 2014 film on Netflix, about this guy that apparently he's about to die and he's gonna have a baby. He has cancer and he wants to do that, like similar to what there was a movie and they mentioned it in this movie, My Life, with some guy that was Batman once, and he wants
one of the fucking 350 Batmans.
So there was I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but Michael Keaton, who is the original
Yes, that
Batman,
one.
he was in a movie once where he had brain cancer. And
Yeah, My Life.
And it was a very sad movie. They made us, for some reason, they made us watch it in rehab once.
I saw that movie in the theater when I was like, when it came out, my mom took me because she did that shit to me. But yeah, he wants to leave a video to his kid, but the video, like he hires someone over like kind of like Craigslist, puts an ads on the internet, and this guy replies and goes to film him, a videographer, and things start to turn weird when he decides that he's gonna take a shower, like a tubby, with the fake baby. Yes. And yeah, apparently this guy does that a lot. There's a second movie, which I will watch because I'm now very intrigued what's gonna happen to him on the second movie. Yeah. I mean, I have to be honest, I was working at the same time I was watching the movie. But I did watch it more than what I did for work, so don't tell my boss. Yeah.
What if your boss is one of the only people that listens to our podcast?
Well, now our review's gonna tank.
Yeah,
No,
what the
'cause they-
fuck, Larissa?
They like the Real Housewives, so the podcast that they listen are Real Housewives, not this one. Different. Sorry,
A bit different than ours.
Yeah, so the movie I watched this week was related to the Real Housewives. So
I thought you saw the second part. We're gonna share impressions of both movies for we. No, it was a good movie. I mean, I was not expecting the end. And they have a second part of it, which I will watch tonight after we're done with this. I recommended it. It was a good movie. It's called Creep, and it's on Netflix.
Nice.
Creep, everybody.
The second one's really good. It's not what you're expecting, Larissa. It's different than where.
So it's not like he's hiring people to take videos and all that shit.
Well, so in some ways it's exactly what you expect it to be, but in others it's not. So just that's all I'm gonna say. Watch it. It's good. You'll like it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Larsa would like you to see the 2014 movie Creep. Stacy, how about you?
Let's see. I saw two movies. The first one was more a thriller than a horror movie. So
Okay.
like horror adjacent, I guess.
Okay.
It was called Dance with Death from 1992. And I watched it mostly because I saw who the cast was, and they had a sort of goofy cast. So I was like, well, this could be entertaining. It stars Maxwell Caulfield of Empire Records and Grease 2 fame, and Martin Mull and Lisa Kudrow, a very young Lisa Kudrow, has a small role in it before she was even blonde. Martin Mull owns a strip club, which is super weird, and the strippers are getting murdered, and a young journalist who's trying to make her way at the paper decides she's going to go undercover as a stripper and figure out what's going on.
Sure, yeah, right.
And
Makes
she
sense.
hooks up with a cop who's there investigating it as well, and it's really it's kind of slow. There's a lot of boobs.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's so that it has that going for it, I guess.
Gets a ding from me too.
But the story, it starts off kind of slow.
Awesome.
It has a lot of twists, unexpected twists as it goes on. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. But it was kind of interesting to see those people in the role. I have to say, Maxwell Caulfield is a terrible actor, though. But it's interesting. I can't tell you too much because there's too many twists to give away.
Okay.
So, the other movie I saw was They're Watching from 2016.
What? Did you saw They're Watching?
Yeah, I told you I saw They're Watching.
I just watched They're Watching last night.
Yeah.
Not only did I watch They're Watching last night, but I talked to the director this morning.
Really? And I told you that I watched this. Yeah, you listened to me tell you about it.
Do you two ever watch movies together? You live in the same fucking
You know what the
house.
weird thing is? Stacy and I watched a movie together that I thought she was going to mention, and she hasn't even mentioned it.
No. Because I figured you were going to mention that one.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So it's so an American home improvement TV show visits this town Moldova. It's a village in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
To make over. There's an artist who decides she's going to make over this house. It turns out the house was originally owned by a witch who was burned by the townspeople, and the crew goes out there to see how she's done with the house. They go back to the house to see how it's turned out, and they get there, and the townspeople are all crazy, as you know they usually are in these movies, following them around and stuff, and it just I don't know, it's how do I tell it without giving it away, Ken?
I don't know, but keep going.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of people get killed. It's really pretty creepy. It's sort of it's a little bit of a comedy. Not much on the horror side really happens until probably like the last 20 minutes of the movie, and then there's a lot of CGI. But for CGI, it's not terrible CGI because it's witch CGI, like witchy stuff.
Right.
So it's not like monsters and stuff. So it's not too bad. But I thought it was pretty entertaining. It was fun.
So I love the movie. It's like a folk horror / found footage mashup for most of the time.
Yeah, it is found footage. I left that part out.
And then at the end, it turns into a hot witch movie.
You love hot witches.
I love folk horror. I love found footage, and I love hot witch movies. So
oh my God.
It was firing on all cylinders. And what else I liked about it, Stace, too, is that the characters. So I liked the characters, and I liked hanging out with them, even though they were really playing up the sort of the ugly American thing, in a strange land.
Yeah, they were all kind of the TV crew was all pretty awful for the most part.
They were obnoxious, but I still kind of liked them, and especially, the
camera guy was okay.
The camera guy was okay, and then the girl.
The audio guy was a jerk.
The girl who
they
was
always are.
Who was like the intern, Sarah.
Yeah.
The intern. I liked a lot, and the bummer is
interns are the best.
And the host was just like this, super obnoxious woman.
And in the very first scene, it's one of those movies where it starts at the end and then it goes back.
Right, they show you, yeah.
So Sarah, the intern, the blonde intern, gets an axe in the head in the very first scene. So you know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But then at the end, when it happens, you go, God damn it! Why did Sarah get the axe in the head? Even though you knew it was going to happen, you still felt bad about it.
Yeah.
I think that's good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wrote to the dude today.
Yeah.
Jay Lender, who made the film, and he said, and I asked him about it, and he said, "Boy, we had a really rough ride with They're Watching. We had financial problems. We had con men, a distributor that wouldn't listen to us about how and to whom to market the film, and then." After a disappointing initial launch, we ended up in movie jail for over a year while it was tied up in someone else's bankruptcy liquidation.
Yikes.
Ugh. Anyway, we just relaunched on Prime this month, and suddenly we're being discovered by You guessed it. Exactly the people we wanted to market to in 2016. I think more people.
Well, good for them.
I think more
Yeah.
people have seen the movie in the last 30 days than in the previous 4 years.
Wow.
And nothing would make us happier than to make you a sequel. So
wow.
Feel free to leave it playing on infinite loop from now until your internet runs out.
Hell yeah.
Says Jay.
That's
Linda.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That now with streaming, these films just get a second life. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really fun. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was great, and I also highly recommend it. There.
I love Hot Witches.
Watching. Yep. Hey, so there you go, Stace. Is that what you got?
That's what I got.
Beautiful. Let's go to Rui, the teenage intern.
Hello. Well, I watched Street Trash this week.
The best.
Shit.
The best.
Yeah, like, so the basic premise of Street Trash is there are these homeless guys living in a junkyard, and also, which it's weird because the main horror aspect of it is kind of a side plot. It's there's this strange booze that a guy at a liquor store finds in his basement, and he starts selling it to people for $1. And so all the homeless guys are buying it, and it is a drink that literally dissolves the person, like it melts them. It's pretty freaky. Sometimes it makes them explode. It's called Viper, but it's weirdly kind of a side plot in the movie. Like you think it's gonna be more prevalent than it is. Yeah, it's, overall the tone is very campy. It's like it's a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, which I like those kind of movies. Yeah, a lot of the time it's a fun movie to watch. There are some not so fun scenes.
Yeah.
There is a lot of offensive stuff in this movie, I will say.
Right.
Like, yeah, there's some like racist comments, anti-Semitic comments. A lot of sexual assault in this movie, which is not fun.
Not cool.
Yeah, not fun. Which it kind of like, it's weird because again, the whole tone of the movie is like very campy and fun. And for the most part, it is. But then you have scenes like that, which kind of like, they kind of bring things down a lot, even though it's still like disturbingly played for like comedy, which is not fun. But so if that's stuff you don't like, you can't stomach that kind of stuff, understandable. This not the movie for you. But besides those scenes, it is like there's some good stuff. It's an enjoyable watch besides that stuff. Like the effects are really cool. There's some really creative kills in there. And of course the melting stuff is just really cool. And the plot is kind of batshit, which I like batshit movies.
Sure.
So, yeah, if you can stomach the horribly offensive stuff, go for it. If not, understandable.
If you want to see a dick cut off and tossed around,
not cut
for about 3 to 4 minutes, then this is the movie for you.
Yeah, that's one of the better parts of the movie.
Yeah, Street Trash in the 80s, that was my favorite movie. I saw it a million times. And it's funny, you're absolutely right. When you look at things now, you go, wow, that's really offensive. I mean, it was like outrageous but not offensive at the time for whatever reason, because I guess the times were different. Culturally, things were different. But even then, and I think I talked about this on the show, when it premiered here in Boston, they were at the box office, they were telling you not to see it. You would ask for a ticket and they would go, look, you really don't want to see this movie, because people were like walking out like crazy. I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, it is definitely not a movie for everybody. And even the people who this movie is for, it's like, I like these kind of movies where it's like campy and fun. And, there's cool effects, but there, a lot of like the sexual assault scenes, especially, were like kind of rough to sit through.
I just feel like you should know what you're getting into.
Definitely, yeah. That's because I didn't see that stuff coming. Yeah. I kind of went into it blind. I just threw on the movie because it was on Shudder, because I had heard you talked about it, So I didn't see any of that stuff coming. So, I think, you definitely do need to know that stuff's in there ahead of time, especially if this is the kind of stuff that upsets you. You just need to know that it's in there. And
Is there anything I can do to make you feel uncomfortable?
Right.
Yeah.
Street trash,
So-
everybody.
Yeah.
That's what Rui suggests.
Check it out if you can stomach it. If not your movie.
All right. Very good. I got a couple I want to tell you about. Here's one I want to
Tell
tell
us, Ken.
Here's one I want to tell you about. It's called Curve. It's from 2015. I've never seen Julianne Hough before, but she's known for much lighter fare. I think she's kind of famous. She was in Harry Potter and in the Footloose remake. Remember the live Grease TV special, Stace? She was in that.
No, I don't remember that.
So she does all these kind of Disney-ish movies. But she was in this, and she is excellent. And it's a survival horror story. I love survival horror. It's a woman who picks up a would-be rapist hitchhiker in her Jeep, and to escape the situation, she drives off a cliff.
Wow.
That's what she decides is the best thing to do in this situation. So she crashes, and she ends up stuck upside down in the truck with her leg jammed inside. And then he gets up and leaves. And then she's stuck upside down in this Jeep, can't get out. Next thing you know, she's eating rats to survive. She's drinking her own pee, trying to figure out some way to get out of this Jeep. And that's the whole movie.
Oh my God. Seems very tense.
Nothing I like better.
Ken loves this guy.
There's nothing I like better than a good trapped in a hopeless situation kind of story. So this one, that one really worked out for me. I liked it a lot. It's Amazon rental. Another one that I enjoyed quite a bit from 2014. It's called Killer Mermaid.
Ooh.
So this is actress Natalie Burns. She was also in this movie, The Executioners, a rape revenge movie that I saw just recently. She stars in this, and the funny thing is she's supposed to be an American, but she's got a really thick Ukrainian accent. And everybody is pretending for some reason that she doesn't have this thick Ukrainian accent, that she's an American college student. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it is fun. Also, Franco Nero, a.k.a. the original Django, he's in it for a minute, which is also fun. But basically, the whole movie is just two hunky guys and three hot girls in bikinis fighting a killer mermaid who is also hot on an abandoned island.
Wow.
That sounds great.
I mean, what more can you ask for?
That's
you know?
exactly, yeah.
I will watch it.
It's got some wonky acting, like I said, and there's less violence and nudity than you might expect. But I had a great time. It's a perfect, to me. It's like an enclosed space, and there's a fucking killer mermaid on the loose. I mean, it's great. It's on Prime too, so you can see it for free. Also on Prime, I saw a movie from 2006. It's called The Breed, and it was executive produced by Wes Craven, and it stars Michelle Rodriguez and Taryn Manning from Orange Is the New Black. And it's one of those low-budget animals running amok movies. It's pretty fun, despite the animals that are running amok on this island are dogs. It's a pretty simple plot. A bunch of hot people go to a cabin to party for the weekend, not knowing that the island is inhabited by genetically engineered killer dogs. And then, the usual, the mayhem ensues.
What a weird one.
The only problem is
The dogs don't look like
they just look like friendly dogs. That's why there aren't that many killer dog movies.
It's like Night of the Lepus.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to make dogs menacing, but they did
They're
their best.
good boys.
Exactly.
But Cujo.
Yeah, they're not even big.
Cujo is a good boy.
They're not even big dogs. They're just regular sized dogs. So it'd be different
It's
if they
like
were
golden retrievers.
Yeah, just like fucking.
It's like Benji running around.
Just like a bunch of dogs. So you have to suspend a little disbelief, so that you're worried about them because it's just dogs. But it was still pretty fun. I want to tell you about this movie that I saw called Ravage from 2020. Everything up until the ending was great. It's one of those rape revenge setups. It was solid. The heroine is very resourceful and badass, which I like. Bruce Dern was in it. He from the Burbs. He's for a lot of other things, but
many things.
Most people remember him from the Burbs. He was in there. It was short but memorable. But the ending, I mean, if you like, it's interesting. It's got the ending has Midsummer vibes. But so not to give anything away, but it's got Midsummer vibes. But it's
I'm gonna have to see that because I might like the ending.
You might like it, but I just thought it was unsatisfying. Chop out the last 4 minutes and you got a great movie. Some movies some movies decide that they want to have the fucking 70s bummer ending. And, when you go through all this tumultuous situations with somebody and you're on their side,
you want them to succeed.
You want them to succeed. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. That's the way life goes. Anyway, up until the end, I really liked the movie. It's called Ravage. It's from Amazon. Now, 2 movies, and then I'm finished. One I'm just going to mention in a cursory fashion because Kelly also saw it, and I believe she wants to talk about it.
No, I didn't take any notes on it because I was like, Ken's definitely going to be talking about this.
All right, I'll talk about it, and then you can add. You can add to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the movie that Stacy and I saw,
right,
which I enjoyed quite a bit. In fact, I got the Blu-ray right afterwards.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It's called Party Bus to Hell from 2018. So there's a bunch of oversexed goofs. They get on a
Goofs.
They get on a free bus to Burning Man. Little do they know that the bus driver is part of a satanic sex/murder cult and is driving them to their doom.
Neat.
And that's it. That's the story.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Fun.
It's a desert in the bus.
Tons of nudity, tons of gore.
Las Vegas for about 5 minutes.
And very little sense. And gratuitous Tara Reid, which is always a plus to me.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Tara Reid part at the beginning. And I think that is just, I mean, obviously it was just to get her in the movie too, but I think that it was supposed to make you think like, well, they're out in the desert and there's all kinds of crazy nonsense going on in the desert, even though it wasn't related to the nonsense that the actual movie's about.
Her part was not related to anything else. What was funny, we were talking about on our little podcast thread was this was like one of those Indiegogo movies where it was crowdsourced. They made it for like $60,000, which is pocket change. But for $6,000, if you contributed $6,000, you could be an executive producer, and you would have a cameo in the movie. And Tara Reid is one of the executive producers, Stace.
Right, I pointed that out.
So she put up her $6,000, and she was like, "Okay, now you got to put me in the movie." and the funny part is, so she ends up fighting some mummies in the movie.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's a scene where she's got like a machete and she's chopping up mummies, and she's going, "I hate mummies," And then at the
my God,
at the end of the movie, like during the credits,
outtakes, yeah.
During the credits, they're showing some outtakes of Tara Reid fucking up the line and going, "I hate dummies," while she's
my God,
with the machete, like over and over and over again. And I bet Stace that it took 6 hours, because every time
just for that one fucking scene.
Because every time she said, "I hate dummies," and they were like, "No, Tara,
it's
mummies.
Mummies.
Just look at the thing you're hitting with the machete.
What do they look like? Mummies.
I hate dummies. No."
They clearly look like mummies too.
Party bus
Has
to
she
hell.
been in anything like for
She's
years
been in
before
lots of
this?
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Sharknado.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. She was in
shit.
Sharknado 5. That was
She's
her
been in
latest.
so many movies.
There are 5 Sharknado movies. Holy shit!
And finally this week, I want to talk to you about Open 24 Hours from 2018. I also talked to the director of this one today. Mary is a traumatized young woman on her first graveyard shift at a 24-hour gas station in the middle of nowhere, supposed to be in Mississippi. She's been recently paroled after setting her boyfriend on fire. Turns out said boyfriend was a serial killer who killed a couple of dozen women and made her watch while he was doing it. So, she's got some serious issues. Things start off quietly enough on her first night at the gas station, but then things just explode into hammer killings and toilets overflowing with blood and burnt hands grabbing her through the walls and all kinds of Wes Craven-y, Nightmare on Elm Street-y kind of shit.
So good.
Of course, we're all left wondering if it's all in her mind. She's popping pills for hallucinations left and right, or whether her burned up boyfriend is somehow back to his old tricks. He's supposed to be in jail. Lots of twists, lots of gory murders. I mean, if you dig 80s, 90s slasher kind of stuff, this will really scratch your itch. It's also got like a really cool. I really like the 3 a.m. vibe in the movie. I love movies that take third shift movies. I really enjoy quite a bit, and I love movies that take place in like grocery stores and convenience stores and stuff like that. So I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and I really liked the set design in the convenience store too, because there were no real products. The whole thing,
Yeah.
the whole thing was stocked like a convenience store, but they were all fake products. And if you think about it, just that would take forever to do, right?
Yeah. Like beer, like the beer just said like beer on
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It was
It was great. I loved it. Open 24 hours. It's an Amazon rental. So check that one out. Yeah, I talked to the director today and found out that the gas station, which is supposed to be in Mississippi, was actually they shot the movie in Serbia. So they created that whole atmosphere in Serbia. Intense.
It's pretty cool.
So there's some films that I've seen this week that I would recommend, and now let's go to Salem's Greatest Huntress, Kelly Kapow.
I think you can. Well, I watched the one that Ken was just talking about. I really loved the movie. I thought he nailed on the head with the Wes Craven aspect to it. It was just I felt like you really liked the characters in it, like the best friend that she had that was driving her to work. She was a really likable character. The guy that she's replacing shifts with, her coworker, another really likable character. And I thought the sets were great. It was really gritty. The effects were really good in this movie. It was a fucking great movie. I can't wait to watch it again.
Awesome. Open 24 hours. What else did you see, Kelly?
I only saw one other movie besides the group watch, and that was 1985's sci-fi horror film, The Stuff.
Ooh, The Stuff.
I had never seen The Stuff before. So it was written and directed by Larry Cohens, who pretty famous guy. He did like the It's Alive movies. I guess there are 3 It's Alive movies. I didn't know that. He died last March, so rest in peace, Larry Cohen.
See you in hell.
Yeah, see you in hell. It stars Michael Moriarty, the comedian Garrett Morris, Paul Sorvino. It's about, in the beginning of the movie, people discover this white, like fluffy looking, almost like, it looks like frozen yogurt. And they discover it coming up from the ground. And some guy just like takes a taste of it and realizes that it's like delicious, right? So then it ends up becoming marketed, and it's like, it's hit the shelves everywhere. People are going fucking for this stuff. We don't actually know what the stuff is.
Yeah.
It's in the yo, right? So everyone's going crazy over this stuff. And because it's such a popular product, all the other like sweet industries are losing so much business. So there's like an ice cream like CEO guy and a cookie one, and they get together and they hire this ex-FBI agent named, he goes by Mo, and they hire him to kind of like get to the bot because they know something is up with the stuff. So they hire him to like get to the bottom of it and figure out what the stuff is. And it's just a wild movie. It's really fun. It's got a lot of action in it. Kind of reminds me of like They Live, almost, something like that. It's really great. It's got a lot of cool kill scenes in it. The stuff is just, it's like it makes you think of like an alien or something. It's like a parasite or an alien that like eats you from the inside, and it's very addicting to people.
Fantastic, everybody. The stuff.
Love the stuff.
She loved the stuff. So check it out.
There's a scene in this movie, especially, that I really love. It reminds me of like Nightmare on Elm Street meets like the Poltergeist, because you have the stuff. The two of the characters are in a motel, and all of a sudden the stuff starts coming out of the center of the mattress, kind of like the blood coming out on the original Nightmare on Elm Street in Johnny Depp's bed. But it's all this like white, like froyo looking stuff,
right?
And it shoots a guy up to the ceiling and on the wall, and he's like, his body is like going along the wall and up on the ceiling, and that reminded me out of the scene from the Poltergeist, which I really like, and it was just phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So there you go, everybody. There's some great recommendations for you to check out if you want to find some new horror movies to watch. Excellent work all around. And Stace, let's before we get to this week's group watch, let's get to the best kill of the week.
That is gross.
Hey, Stace, what was the best kill of the week?
I haven't really thought much about it. I don't know. Nothing is really standing out to me from the things I saw.
Stace.
No kill for Stacy.
Stace, I don't know if we can.
I don't know. You might have to come back to me while I think about it.
F or forget it.
Yeah, you've lost your opportunity.
All right.
Rui, what's the best kill of the week?
Well, easily. In Street Trash, there is a scene where a guy is decapitated, and by decapitated I also mean loses a good portion of his chest as well to a torpedoing oxygen cylinder.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was
an
good.
industrial-sized one. And the thing is, I like that kill especially because I take welding class, and they showed us a bunch of videos of that kind of stuff. Like, that's real. That can happen.
Wow.
That's
Like, those
fucking
things will
awesome.
Yeah, they will go through concrete walls. They will go right through your head.
It'll fly your fucking head right off.
They
Beautiful.
will.
Hey, Larsa, what's the best kill of the week?
I think that last scene in Creep, mostly because I was not expecting it, and it was very precise. So that's my best kill.
Wait, but you can't
You
say
don't wanna
what
give it
You
away.
can't say what it is.
No, I'm trying not to give spoilers.
So you're telling us that the best kill of the week is a kill that you can't tell us what it is.
Right.
I know
It's better than Stacy's kill of the week.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Lierce is right. It is a really like grisly kill. Like, it's surprisingly simple but very grisly. You hate to see it.
And you're not expecting it, so.
Oh,
So everyone's gonna have to watch it.
I
Well,
wasn't expecting it.
It's just hard for us to gauge what the
Well, I
actual
can see
best.
what she's saying because.
No, I understand, but if she can't tell us what it is, one of these.
Okay, so do you
want me
to tell you what it
No,
is?
I don't want
You
you.
don't-
I don't. It's fine. I'm just saying.
Don't do this, Ken.
I'll just motion to everybody.
Yeah, I
Just
think.
tell us later. But Stace, the best kill. One of these kills is the actual best kill of the week, and it's hard for us to gauge if we don't know what the best kill.
I think the way you have to say it is you have to say what the killing was, but not give away when it happens or who it happens to.
Right.
Okay.
It's too late now.
It's
though.
too late now,
You
though.
can't do
But-
it now.
It's too late now. All right.
But for future reference.
Let's
Okay,
let's hear Kelly's, and then we'll.
Okay, my best kill of the week is from the stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of is he a CEO or a mogul or something for the cookie company that hired the ex FBI agent? He is the comedian. What's his name, Ken?
Right.
Garrett Morris.
Yes.
He gets
From Saturday Night
killed
Live.
by the stuff. It's inside of him, and all of a sudden his neck starts getting all like
Yeah.
crazy and creaking, and his head flings back, and his mouth stretches open like a foot long, and all this stuff comes just spewing out, and his head, it like literally splits his head in half, and his two halves of the head fall on the ground in front of you.
That is a good
Front of
kill.
him.
That is a good kill.
It's a good kill.
For me, in Ravage, she strings some wire between two trees, and one of the rapist dummies chases her on his motorcycle, and gets his head sliced right off.
The classic clothesline and
Exactly. They did the same gag in 1968's She Devils on Wheels. So it's not like it was a brand new idea, but it works.
it's always cool.
A flying decapitation that always works.
That's good, yeah.
But now that I'm looking over them all, Stace, I think we're gonna give it to Rui. Rui, you did it. You did it, buddy.
That was a good one.
Yeah! Rui gets best kill of the week.
What does he win, Ken?
Nothing.
Wow.
Damn it.
There were a bunch of good ones in the party bus.
There were some good ones in the party bus. Can you name one?
The one where the woman swallows the snake. It's pretty gross.
Oh yeah, they shoved the snake down her throat. And
Yeah,
then
it was pretty hard to watch.
And then
actually.
they cut open her belly to pull it out.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, that
gross.
was pretty intense.
Wow.
All right, everybody, it's time for our group watch.
It's trick or treat time.
It sure is. We like to get together, watch a movie, and then argue about it. That's what we do every week. It's a lot of fun. By the way, if you want to follow along, next week we're going to be watching Centigrade. So write that down, Centigrade. But this week, it's the Barge People. Summary, care of IMDb. Set on the canals amid the glorious British countryside. By the way, would you call that countryside glorious?
That's like the shittiest part of it.
Are you kidding me? That is not glorious. Two sisters and their boyfriends head off for a relaxing weekend on a barge, unaware of the flesh-eating fish mutants lurking in the water, ready.
And mole mutant.
Ready and waiting to feed. Although this was just released here in the U.S., it was made in 2018. It was directed by Charlie Steeds, who, by the way, has already made 6 movies since this one, including Vampire Virus, Death Ranch, and Werewolf in England, which of course,
Well, that's pretty close to
which is of course
to another one we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Werewolves of England.
Just prior to this one, he made Escape from Cannibal Farm.
Ooh,
So
that sounds good.
So obviously, B movies are this guy's thing.
That's his thing.
It stars Mark McCurdy as Mark, and Kate Davies as Kat. So that's convenient. Yeah, it's got to be easier to act when they use your actual names.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, probably a lot freakier too.
Right. Also, Natalie Martins as Sophie, Kat's sister, and Matt Swales as Ben, Sophie's yuppie boyfriend. They haven't even had yuppies since the 80s.
Yeah,
days.
and he was like so yuppie.
But he was definitely a
Oh,
yuppie.
I disagree. I've seen plenty of yuppies around here.
I have not seen anybody.
everywhere.
I have not seen anybody wearing a fucking sweater over their shoulders in
khakis
30 years.
and a button-down shirt.
You got to go to like Marblehead or fucking Ipswich or something. They're everywhere. The Boat Bros.
Oh,
So-
God.
Jess is from
Bros.
Ipswich.
Both bros, yeah. So the first thing you have to understand about this movie that I did not know, but apparently in England, a thing you can do for vacation is rent a barge and just float down the river at 2 miles an hour for a few days.
That sounds fun. I would totally do that.
I thought it was so fun, and I'm like, oh, I will do that for my birthday, and then it wasn't here, and then people die.
That's what our.
And then she's like, maybe not.
That's what our.
Maybe not.
That's what our
Yeah.
four protagonists are doing now.
If you type in barge vacation to
Yeah.
Google,
Yeah.
it says barge tours are a great way to see Europe. The continent has many rivers and coastal countries you can easily see this way. The most common countries to tour on a barge are France, Holland, Ireland, Germany, Italy, England, Belgium, and the Czech Republic.
So obviously this
The
is a
Czech Republic.
This is a thing that's occurs throughout Europe that I had just never. It's alien. It's
never
alien
knew about
to
it
us here in the U.S. because it's just not something that we do here. But a
Yeah.
barge, if you because when we think of barges here in the U.S., we're thinking of like the things that haul the garbage out that they dump into the ocean and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giant
Yeah.
things.
You want
These
a
are
vacation on one of those, Ken?
these are these are like campers in the water,
Yeah.
basically, and apparently very simple to operate. It's just got this rudder that you use to steer it, and it goes really really slow down the river. And then
Maybe that should be a thing here.
you can
Nobody wants to go fucking gone down the Mississippi River here, okay?
right you can pull over whenever you want and go get something to eat, get back on the barge, and then off you go. So that's what our gang is doing. Now some people also live in barges and they're parked on the side of the river, and that's where all the trouble starts. Because fucking Ben, so you got to understand who Ben is.
Dickhead.
So Ben is the guy. So it's two sisters, two boyfriends. Sisters haven't seen each other for a while. They're very excited about this. Mark, he's the protagonist. He's the good guy. Everybody likes Mark. And nobody really likes Ben. Because Ben is he's some kind of business mogul. Very preoccupied with being an executive or some kind. He's just an asshole.
He's a boat bro.
He's just on his phone the whole time. He's not present.
But he's not really a boat bro because he doesn't want anything to do with the barge.
He's just a bro. No boat.
Damn.
He's on his phone the whole time. He's not present. He doesn't like being there, and he's
rude.
Yeah, he's just terrible.
It's fucking rude.
I don't know what Sophie ever saw in Ben. And she's apologizing for his behavior the whole time. If you have to apologize for your boyfriend's behavior, you should just not have that boyfriend, honestly.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So Mark gets tired because he's been steering the boat for a really long time. So he asks Ben to help out. So Ben begrudgingly agrees to steer the boat for a few minutes. And fucking asshole is so preoccupied with his phone that he crashes into some British hillbilly's barge and then insults his girlfriend on top of that.
Yeah, like what the fuck, man? You just crashed into these people's home and
Right.
now you're insulting them.
And then they leave. Later on, they go to a pub. Guess who strolls in?
The barge people.
The barge people. The barkeep saves them for now, but also the barkeep gives them some liquor, which is obviously drugged. Anybody would know that, Stacy.
Yeah, it's in like a weird ceramic carafe.
Yeah, like because everybody. It's one of these situations where they go into the pub. Everybody's very suspicious of the strangers that are coming in, and the barkeep is very rude to them at first, and then all of a sudden, Stacy, she changes her tune.
Yeah.
And then she's accommodating.
Yeah,
all of a
she's
sudden.
weirdly nice all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, and then she gives them the liquor. By the way, she reminded me, the woman, the barkeep reminded me of the lady from the Australian movie Two Heads Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Same-
Yeah.
Very very
I liked her.
similar vibe. I liked her too. I mean, turns out, not the nicest person, but I still liked her. Anyways, here's what happens. They get all liquored up. They go back to the barge, and then the hillbillies, Ricky and Jade, show up to rob them. Well, who knows what they're going to do? They have some plan. I don't think that they really thought it out too well about what they were going to do.
No, they're drunk and they're, riled up.
But they tie him up. They're gonna rob him, do something to them, and then fucking fish monster shows up and eats Jade's little brother, who is outside watching out for any kind of trouble. By the way, not good at his job. If you can't see a fucking fish monster coming, you should not be the lookout.
Wrong guy for the job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Stace?
Yeah.
I see a fish, man. Forget it.
Well, you
I
had
mean,
one
you
on
say- I see a fish.
Wait, play it. What are you doing if you see a fishman, Ken?
If I see a fish, man, there I go.
Yeah. Well, but you had one on payroll for like a year, Ken. Not all fish people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
He liked the movie.
Yeah, the swamp monster.
What, Stace?
The creature.
Oh, the old TV show. Right, I get it.
He liked it. He liked the movie. He felt included.
So then it turns out there's not just one fish monster. There are several fish monsters, and they all invade the barge. And they're tied up too, Stace. So it's also it's hard to fight a fish monster when you're tied up. And I have to say, the attack inside the barge was great. I thought it was just total mayhem. You know, fish monsters versus people, blood everywhere. Of course, not everybody makes it out, but Kat and Jade, they make a run for it through the forest, and they soon find out what the fishmen are up to. And then we get to your standard fight for survival.
Oh, the fight scene was really cool though.
So honestly, again, up to the final shot, I was having a great time with this movie. Also, I ended up really liking Jade. Jade was an interesting character because she was like this awful, mean hillbilly lady, and then she kind of turned out to be a hero.
If someone smashed into your house, wouldn't you be kind of mean too?
Yeah, exactly. Here she is.
Yeah.
And then insults you.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And they're rich bougie assholes too.
Right.
Exactly.
Posh prick.
Posh prick.
He was a posh prick. She was right.
Oh yeah.
He fucking was.
He's an asshole.
Awful.
He got what's coming to him. But
But Mark was trying to be apologetic about it and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was.
He didn't step up enough though. That was the thing. You could tell.
let's find out what people thought about the Barge people. Hey, Stace, you and we watched the Barge people. We're sitting together.
We did.
Tell me what you thought.
Wow.
It was pretty fun. I thought
Go ahead.
the fish people, their heads, their fish head masks were a little like masky.
Yeah.
It was a little hard to get past that.
In fact, I really liked the fish monster masks, but I was over Kelly's last night. She knows like exactly like who made the mask. She knows those masks.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's the same style. I don't know if it's the same company that made the mask, but as a haunter, you know the haunters that have money when they're wearing one of those masks. They're expensive. They're like fucking $600 silicone masks.
Those are $600 masks. So to me, that's pretty good. A $600 mask.
Yeah. But
it costs a lot more to do full face foam prosthetics over and over for all the scenes.
Yeah, because you could,
and you're paying the makeup artist.
Yeah. But you could see like around the eyes, you could see the people's faces.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started.
So that took away from it a little bit, I think.
They could have put like food dye in their mouths or something,
or even like makeup around their eyes or something underneath.
Yeah, and then every time, this is what got me. Every time because they were dressed like haunters. They had like the mask on, their turtlenecks, just to try to cover as much skin as they could without having to put makeup on it, you know? And then like the roughed up jacket and gloves on, right?
Yeah.
And anytime they moved their hands, their arms, you could see like a big chunk of fucking bare wrist. And I'm like, you're
and
not
there were a
fooling
couple of
anyone,
times you
fish
could
man.
actually see regular people's hands. So so that was a little,
All right, Stace.
suspended a little disbelief there.
I
Anyway.
honestly think it added to it. The campiness.
Yeah, well, it did. It made it campy, like when it might not have supposed to have been so campy,
At the end of the day, Stace, what do you give
It was fun. I give it a ding.
Oh, you're going to give it a ding?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
All right,
still,
good.
I still thought it was fun. I think,
Very good. All right, Larsa, what'd you think of the Barge people, aka River Mutants?
So I like it. It was kind of fun. I have to be honest. The fish people.
Yeah.
They look like one of the monsters in one of the X-Files episode, and
Right.
right on the host one, the one in the Russian boat. So
Yeah.
I was waiting for Scully to come up in the movie.
Aw.
I was very disappointed that she did not. But it was a fun movie. I like it. There was a lot of blood, and I like that part.
Yep.
So I'll give it a ding.
Okay, very good. Hey, Rui, what'd you think, buddy?
I liked it. It doesn't it's not terribly serious. It's fun, except for the ending. The ending's a little grim, but it's fun. And like Lisa said, it is kind of X-Files reminiscent. A little kind of plays like an episode sometimes. I recommend it. I give it a ding. The Fishman gave it a ding. So,
Right. Well, I enjoyed it as well. I thought the monster designs were fun. It reminded me, because it was like everybody was saying, it was a little threadbare. Although they did a good job of trying to shoot everything in close quarters so that the rough edges didn't show too much. But you did see them. You did see bare flesh here and there, and when you were supposed to see monster flesh. But so it reminded me a little bit of a 50s monster movie,
Yeah.
Because the 50s monster movies was always just a guy in a mask and then just his regular clothes, I ended up liking the characters and hating the characters that you were supposed to hate. It was bloody but not gory, but of course gore costs more money, obviously. So that makes sense. But overall, I had fun, enjoyed it. I give it a ding as well. And let's find out what Kelly thought.
So when Ken came over last night, we were talking about it, and I was like, I didn't like it. But that was because I was watching it, and I was very distracted. I was drinking pumpkin beers, so I was in my element. And I was looking at my phone, and I was only looking up when a murder happened or something. So I really didn't experience it. I felt like I was bored, but I think I was just too distracted. So I watched it again this morning, and I loved the movie. I loved it. I thought it was really fun. I thought the kills in it were really good. The only issue that I have with it is, the masks.
Yeah.
To me, and this, the skin that was exposed. Other than that, I would watch this again. I recommend it. I give it a ding.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
I was expecting that, were ya?
I had no idea going in. I had no idea whether anybody was going to like it. So I'm pleased. Stace, applause for everybody. What a great job they did describing their thoughts on this movie. Hey, Kelly, I think I know the answer, but how Salem? This is a good question because given that it's a Monster Mask movie, it might be more Salem than I think it is. How Salem is this? Is the Barge
Zero.
Monster? Oh, it's zero.
Really?
Nothing.
Because
nothing.
Don't you think?
Zero.
I mean, I don't think it's very Salem-y. They have masks, but I don't see anybody in Salem walking around with $500 fucking masks on. Have you been in any of the haunts in Salem? They're wearing $10 masks and black robes.
Hey,
blue-collar haunters.
Hey, Stace, do you have the wind sound effect so I can describe next week's movie? Give me the wind lashing.
You want
the
me to
house.
just make the sound?
You can.
Hang on, because
Stace, give me
Well,
the...
no, you know what happened?
What?
It's in my other thing. Hang
God
on.
damn it, Stace.
I can get it for you, but you have to wait a minute.
Okay. I'll just wait. How long are we talking? Are we talking...
Just a second.
30 seconds or...
We're making Win fine
There
over
we go.
here.
If you want to play along, next week's movie is... Thank you. Is Centigrade. Here's the IMDb summary. That's all I got?
Oh, you wanted to keep going?
I wanted to keep
You
going.
were like, thank you.
I was thanking you for doing it, not...
Oh, okay.
A married couple find themselves trapped in their frozen vehicle after
I'm
a blizzard.
distracted by all the wind.
A married
Alright, I'm sorry, go for it.
A married couple find themselves trapped in their frozen vehicle after a blizzard and struggle to survive amid plunging temperatures and unforeseen obstacles. Okay, now I'm done, Stace.
That's some crazy wind.
That's
right.
that's next week's movie, Centigrade, everybody. Stace,
Sounds
I
great.
love movies like that. I love movies that are cold.
Yeah.
First of all.
You just love a lot of movies. I realize you always like the movie. You just love every movie that you fucking watch.
I love...
Well, because he picks things he thinks he's going to like to begin
Yeah, exactly.
with.
There's a lot of movies that I don't like that I just don't mention
Just
because I'm trying
easily
to...
excitable.
I'm trying to be positive and give people a good experience.
We should watch one. At some point, we got to watch just like some dog shit bargain bin movie.
Well, I'm not going to...
Ken will probably still love it.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like
Reach out to the fucking director.
if I'm looking at movies to watch, I'm not going to pick a movie I don't think I'm going to like.
Right.
Right, so...
Well, anyway, I like movies that take place in cold temperatures, and I like movies where people are stuck in situations that they
So
can't get
it's
out
got
of.
everything you want.
It's got everything I
Right
love.
there.
These kind of movies stress Stacy out, so I'm sorry about that, Stace. But
Yeah, I hate these movies.
I know, but maybe you like this one.
No.
Before we go, let's get to the.
It's a
let's,
ding already.
let's get to the plugs before we leave. Stace, let's get to the plugs. Stace.
I know. I've had a problem here.
Snapchat, Instagram story. Ooh, selfie, me.
Thank you. Hey, Lursa, of course you got to have something for the Lur survivors.
Not this way.
Oh no! What are they gonna?
Not this way.
What are they gonna do?
I don't know. I'm just looking forward to finish this week because next week I'm on vacation. So
Yay!
I deserve it.
Yeah, we look forward to that. All right, well, you can go to our YouTube page to see our TV show, youtube.com/Heavy Leather Horror Show. Look for the Heavy Leather Backyard Trailer Trash Spook Show starting in September. Well, that'll be on YouTube. You can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Heavy Leather Horror Show for news updates and fun Heavy Leather Topless Dance Party Station. That was the show we used to do before. You remember that? You can go to Heavy Leather Forever. Check that out. And we're also on Instagram. And I want to remind you that we're part of the Campaneros Radio Network. Go Campaneros is their site. Check out Movie Melt, Get Soft with Dr. Snuggles, Songs on Trial, and of course now the Heavy Leather Horror Show podcast. All those things. So all that is really exciting, and we'll have more for you next week. Until then, of course, I want to remind you to stay spooky. I want to remind you to stay sexy. And I want to remind you that...
So, if you're on MySpace, get the fuck off of it.
That's important. And the other thing that I need to remind you of is...
If you don't rock out with your fucking cock out tonight, Uno is never gonna tag you on her socials.
That's exactly...
Oh my fucking God.
That's exactly right, everybody. So I want to remind you of those two things.
That's right.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week on the Heavy Leather Horror Show.
Cheers to you.
See you in hell.
We gotta get out of here.